Wait, I want to make sure I'm on. Yep, I'm on the right internet. And oh, we're live. Ha! Welcome to Omnibros Live, noon on a Sunday. Coffee with the Omnibros. I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault. We've got a packed house here today. From A Week in Geekdom, we've got Geo. Geo, how's it going, buddy?
Doing pretty well. How about yourselves? Thank you so much for tuning in on Sunday. I'm really excited to talk about news and other hijinks with you guys.
Hijinks ensues because we've got Comics Guide 101, the hijinks master. Lou, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, everybody. It's Sunday. How's it going?
Good, good. And fighting the good fight from on the road is Gabe Infinity Watch. Gabe, how's it going, buddy?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I don't know if my internet's working well, but I'm in a hotel at Santa Ana, California. All right,
Your image is frozen, but we can hear your voice.
Yeah.
Well, I got the perfect face for radio, so this works.
Okay, we can see a little bit there.
Oh, no, I'm back. Oh, no, it's Spider Jerusalem. It doesn't matter. It looks like me either way.
Okay, well, we can hear you fine, so that's cool.
Perfect.
Before I forget, because sometimes I do forget, and it's like 10 minutes into the broadcast before somebody reminds me about our fabulous sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com. Good heavens, we love them, and they seem to like us. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. This weekend, today is May the 5th, so this is the last day of the sale. They're having a May the 4th be with you sale. That's the code, May the 4th be with you. You type it in there, you get an extra % off. You get 3% off. It does not stack with your 2%, but you get 3% off on your order. Every quarter, there's an Omniboslive discount code. Over $50 in an order gets you free shipping. Fabulous service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. And I use that May the 4th be with you code to order my Dark Knight's metal books, courtesy of Geo, steering me in the right direction. Thank you, Geo.
Woohoo! Nice.
Yes, I got those. I had a feeling IST was going to do something on Friday, and I waited, and I took advantage of that.
Good, now you have all those metal books where the formats and spines don't match.
Correct. I think I have an oversized hardcover, a hardcover. What do I have, Gio?
Oversized hardcover, two regular hardcovers, and a standard trade paperback.
That's great. and to make it even better, they were out of Young Justice League No Justice, so I had to get it digitally. So I have everything, every format possible.
Just in time for DC to change up the status quo again on you.
Right. So I got this so I can find it. I'm going to do a full Rebirth catch up, and I'm actually not that far behind on Rebirth. So, but I do have some oversized hardcovers that I need to catch up on. I think I'm caught up on Batman. I believe I need to catch up on Superman and Wonder Woman and Flash. Actually, I am kind of far behind on Rebirth. I got some stuff to catch up on. Dirty Hot Dog Waterfall says, I hear Jess's jingle every time I order from In Stock now. Right on, man. Good. That's good. I'm an earworm now. Well, we have news. We didn't think we had any news. Then we started to talk and chat, and we found out we had some things to talk about. First of all, Gio, you're sounding better, so I hope you're feeling better.
I would say I'm 98% better.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, just a few coughs here and there.
Because you were like 100% sick on Thursday.
Even worse on Monday. I couldn't do the show with you guys because I was miserable.
Yeah. Right. The topic today, Durley, the Man of Steel, is news and chit chat. We talk about news and whatever's on our mind, and usually nothing's on our mind because we're blank-minded men. Well, yeah, usually girls are on our mind. So,
And superheroes.
And superheroes, girls and superheroes, and food. Is that how our brains are divided? Girls, superheroes, food,
toys, colored vinyls, video games. It's a mess.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, we're pretty well rounded over here. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. TV, movies, yeah. Certainly not anything.
And not just superheroes. We like other comics as well.
Right. Yeah, comics in general.
Yeah.
Comic Remo. No, I did not hear about the Silver Surfer possible movie. But we will talk about. Why don't we lead with a really flimsy article about the possible appearance of Beta Ray Bill in Guardians of the Galaxy? Everybody jumped on that, and I looked at that article, and it was like our source close to the movie, and that was about the weakest article I've ever read.
But it's still strong enough, apparently, to cause a speculation spike on the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear from you. Is that causing that speculation spike in his first appearance? And where was it?
It's catching up a little bit. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of fighting over that book pretty soon. I could see it happening. So if you guys have a copy of it, cool. If not, now is probably not the best time to get it because everybody's after it right now. Let me see. I'm looking it up.
What issue is it? I assume it's Thor.
Yeah, it was 337. Yeah, 337.
Simonson's run.
Yeah, it's in the Simonson's run. So 9/8 are going for $500 right now.
And what were they going for like a week ago?
Yeah, I'm trying. Let's see. Under 300.
That's a solid spike.
So yeah, doing pretty good right now. So there you go. Yeah, Beta Ray Bill. I mean, I've seen other articles too that say it's going to be a Annihilators thing happening in Guardians 3, which would be fucking totally awesome because the Annihilators is one of the coolest things to come out of the modern age of cosmic comics. You know, that's a team at Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill, Gladiator, Nova. God, who else is on that team? It was a lot of heavyweights. Like Ronan was in there. Yeah. That Cosmic Dog. Cosmo. Yeah, he's not Cosmic, but yeah, his name's Cosmo. Oh, so yeah, I mean, that'd be great to see that group show up all together.
Wait, I thought we were planning on Adam Warlock somehow.
Adam Warlock's a for sure thing because he was in that after credit scene.
Right, wasn't he in his womb?
Yeah, he was in the cocoon.
Cocoon, yeah.
So we know that's going to happen. That's basically a fact. So why not? You know, and plus after Endgame, and we've been saying this even before Endgame came around, but the next step to kind of top this last 11 years worth of Marvel comic movies is going to have to be more cosmic stuff.
Yeah.
And Guardians 3 definitely seems to be the best place to get that to happen because Guardians 1 was pretty much our first taste of the cosmic universe in the Marvel movies. So yeah, and James Gunn is back, and these are all kinds of characters that he loves, and he seems to be really good about bringing in these types of characters into his movies. Because I mean, he had in Guardians 2 all the original Guardians, where they're like Charlie 25 and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I just want to say this article that I read about Beta Ray Bill was paper thin. This was about as heavyweight as Kleenex. It was tissue thin, no base. I mean, I could have it had as much basis in fact as if I had just thrown it up on the internet myself. So I would not put any credence in it yet at all that Beta Ray Bill was showing up. I mean, let me see it on Newsarama or something that has actual sources in the field, and not my favorite thing is comic books or whatever that thing was.
Yeah, it really reads like a 8th grade research paper.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But who speaking of who do you guys want to see show up? This kind of spin off into that idea. Who do you want to see show up in the next kind of like phase or whatever you want to call it of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I want to see Nova.
Oh.
Nova and Fiovel and all the other cosmic dudes and dudettes.
I want to see more Captain Marvel just because it'll piss Lou off.
Maybe full-fledged character this time. I would love to see Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to happen anytime soon, but
Now, was that news announced this week or last week that he's getting a TV show?
that was this week.
This week.
Okay, well, that's news. Ghost Rider's getting a TV show on Hulu?
Hulu. Yes. And Hellstorm, too.
Hellstorm.
Sorry.
No, what? I was just repeating you. Did I say it wrong?
I thought I said it wrong. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sick. Don't listen to me.
Hell somebody.
Well, the obvious choice would be Kang.
Kang, right.
Kang is the obvious choice.
Because they opened up the timeline.
Right, they fucked with the timeline, so Kang is the obvious choice of who the next big bad is. I don't want to see the next big bad for a long time. I really don't. I'm good with just like single movie villains, and like maybe hinting at something. But if in Spider-Man: Homecoming we get a post-credit scene and Kang pops out of nowhere, I'm gonna be like, "We really gonna do this again for another 10 years?"
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, I'd like to see just individual stories.
Yeah, no more time travel
Please,
for right now.
please,
Yeah.
no. I'm done with time travel.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Individual stories.
I walked out of that movie really buzzed, and then the more I thought about it, the more my excitement for it really dropped down. I was like, "Oh god."
Oh, come on.
Oh, no,
It was awesome. Why are you letting your buzz? Why are you letting time travel ruin your buzz?
No, I still loved it. Don't get me wrong. It's still, I think, one of their best films. But I walked out of it really hyped, and then the more I thought about it, and I'm like, fucking time travel just fucked up everything in that universe.
Dude, come on. You think too much. That's your problem. You
Well, we
need to
haven't
let
seen
the
the
movie wash over you.
There's gotta be a fallout from all this too.
Well, we haven't seen the fallout or any ramifications from this, so it might be a big thing. It might not be. We'll see what happens. So, but I'm tired of time travel just as that kind of crutch, last minute kind of Deus Machina MacGuffin to solve everybody's problems. And it's one of those things that you get like one chance to do that, and then if you keep using it, it becomes overexploited and bothersome.
Well, they just used it once. There's no promise they're going to keep using it.
Exactly. But if Kang shows up, it doesn't have to be like a time travel story again, but it could be just that's how Kang shows up. But I don't know, there's a lot of stuff in game. We're not going to get into any spoilers. I think you guys already spoiled the hell out of it on the
we got
show.
5 thumbs down on that show.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah, on the spoiler show.
Wow, there's still 5 people out there who are butthurt enough to not see the movie, watch our spoiler show about it, and then get upset about it.
And the thumbnail had a large spoiler tag on it. Whatever.
But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we saw in that movie that I think will cause bigger ramifications than just time travel. I mean, you can't go through 5 years of these characters being gone and then them reappearing back after 5 years and not have bigger ramifications than going back in time and screwing around with some kind of elements of the time stream. We also saw all those energy signals or energy spikes each time Thanos used the Infinity Gauntlet. And I still think that that's what's going to get Galactus' attention. I think that's what's going to put Earth on his radar and send Silver Surfer down, and we'll end up having a Galactus storyline happening soon. That's all I want to see. I don't care about Beta Ray Bill. Yeah, I want the real Galactus, not the fart cloud in space. The Silver Surfer was really awesome back then, but I would love to see what they can do now with the Silver Surfer, with that type of of our current technology and movie capabilities.
Yeah,
special effects and whatnot.
You can actually see the Silver Surfer's balls in that movie. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There is a split-second scene in that movie where some editor, some visual effects artist went out of his way to draw the Silver Surfer's balls in the movie. It's a split.
I bet they were silver and shiny.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Before we get into our big topic that we could make a whole story about, a whole show about, do you want to tackle the Sonic the Hedgehog storyline, Gio?
Sure. Okay. Real quick, if you guys didn't know, we're getting a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Over the week, we got our first trailer, and practically.
Are we getting a Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Everybody hated that thing. I don't know if their confidence went down and they still want to release that thing, but apparently they are. And after so much criticism over that horrendous looking trailer, the director, Jeff Fowler, said that thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. And
now they're committed to make him look good.
Okay.
Exactly.
As someone who does not give a shit about it, what was the issue?
All right, let me search for an image. Because he doesn't look at all like the video game character. It's like I mean, yeah, the concept is there, but he just looks way too off the mark with human teeth, and the eyes are different from his original version. It just looks weird and janky, and the trailer was bad. I mean,
his fur is really shaggy and gross. He looks like a meth addict version of Sonic. Like he just spent the night in the gutter.
So all you guys that care about Sonic were really upset.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Sonic. He's part of my childhood.
Yeah.
I wanted
No, I'm not.
To see something.
I'm totally teasing when I say I don't give a shit. I mean, I just, you guys were all upset in the chat about it, and so I know it must have meant something to you. But I actually didn't really know what it was about it that bothered you that much. So he just looks so different. You couldn't relate to him as your childhood Sonic.
Yeah, it's not even that he looked different. Yeah, he looked different, but it was just a really terrible put together rendering of this character.
He looks horrible. I mean,
we'll have to show you pictures or something, Jess, but it's not that they took him and made him look different and there was at least a good looking version. You know, kind of like the Transformers. They look different in the movies, but at least they look cool, and you know, you can kind of see where they're coming from with that grand design. But this is, you know, like I said, it looks like he woke up in the gutter, and they just really just kept him just shaggy and really off any kind of character design that might have been out there before. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of that. I mean, after getting something like Detective Pikachu, where all the characters look spot on with the Pokemon characters, we then turn around and get this other video game related movie that's a beloved character. Probably one of the most beloved characters. I mean, he's the mascot for Sonic, or for Sega for 30 years almost, maybe.
Okay.
And he just looks absolute garbage. You know, he's a really bad rendering and profile of that character.
And I don't care what anybody says. There is a big difference between the quality of work they put into the Sonic thing and the quality of work they put into Detective Pikachu. Like, there's a very noticeable difference. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
There is a certain amount of love and care that you could tell right off the bat from watching those Detective Pikachu trailers, that these are people that they genuinely seem like they care about this world, they care about these characters, and they care about what they look like. And then you look at the Sonic stuff, and you can tell This looks like it was slapped together by just the lowest common denominator of people. The character itself doesn't even look like he's there. It just looks weird. Whereas if you look at, again, you look at the Detective Pikachu stuff, it genuinely kind of looks like they built a world around the Pokemon there, and it genuinely looks like they could be there and people are really interacting with them, at least based on the trailers.
Okay.
There is a big difference in terms of that. So anybody that says differently can shut the fuck up because they're wrong.
But it is funny that they now want to come back and say, "Oh, we're committed to making Sonic the way you want him to look, and we're committed to make this the best that we can ever, and we appreciate the feedback, and now we're going to go back and make all these changes," which is ridiculous because this design had to have been approved by probably 20,000 different people in the company, and it had to have been some kind of like group that gave it a thumbs up, and they marketed it, internally, and they got all kinds of approvals. Because you just don't make a CGI character who's going to be the main star of the movie just willy-nilly. It's 100% been approved, and they vetted it out and everything like that, and they settled on this version of the character. So good on all the fan outcry. It made them rethink their design idea. Hopefully, we'll see what comes out of this and what actual changes come out of it.
How far along in the process are they in this movie?
They're gonna have to delay it. If they want to do this right, I talked to my brother, who he's just graduating right now with a degree in this type of stuff. And I'm like, so how? Like, what are their options? Because they said they're going back and they're gonna fix it, and I guess that means they're gonna redesign the character or whatever. So I asked my brother, I was like, what are their options? He goes, they're either gonna have to do an insane amount of crunch to get this right, which is just gonna suck for the animators, or they're gonna have to just delay the movie, and which I think is probably for the best, and push it off till sometime next year.
It sounds like they're going to have to start over.
Yeah, the movie's supposed to come out November 8th of this year.
There's nowhere near enough time for them to redo it.
And their budget is $90 million.
Well, that just went up to 180 million.
The budget's going to shoot up. They're going to have to, if they want to get this right. But there are so many other problems with this other than just Sonic himself. It just looks generic. It looks like nobody really tried. It looks boring. And God bless Jim Carrey. He looks like he is actually trying in this, and he's actually going to be the best part about this, and probably going to be the only thing worth watching in this. But I don't think he's going to be even able to save this.
Is he live action in this?
Yeah,
everybody is. The only CG character is Sonic.
Oh, okay. So they can go back and redo just Sonic then. It's not all animation. Okay.
And
all right.
What's his name? The actor that plays Cyclops?
Michael Marsten.
Marsten, yeah.
James Marsten. James Marsten. Is that it?
James Marsten.
Yeah, James Marsten. Man, I don't know what his I don't know if they've got blackmail on that guy. I don't know if like he owes somebody money or something. Like he needs to fire whoever his agent is, because this is not the first shitty CGI movie he's done. He did Hop a few years ago.
Yeah, Hop. I remember that.
Yeah, he really needs to fire his agent. I mean, at least he's doing Westworld right now. But Jesus Christ, man.
He was in a really good Disney movie though. What the heck was that called? It was
The X-Men.
No, it was that movie where it went from animation to real life, and
you're talking about, let me look it up.
It was Enchanted. That was a great movie. He was in that.
That wasn't.
Oh my gosh, that was a good movie.
He's also in Sex Drive, which is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you need to see it, Jess. Like, seriously. You never will, but you need to see it.
Hey, sweetie, Gabe says we need to watch Sex Drive tonight.
Let's add it to the list, and it's a huge list. It's just
dating from 3 years ago when I promised Luis I'd watch Prometheus.
You still haven't seen it. You still haven't seen that, right, Jess?
No.
Planet of the Apes codes, right?
No, you never sent me those.
I sent you some codes like a year ago or something like that. I was like, all right, just go watch this. And I don't think you ever got back to me.
You sent
Sounds
me
about right.
Really? No, I think I downloaded those codes.
The Planet of the Apes ones?
I think so. I think you sent the codes on there.
Huh. I don't
Or
remember
something.
that.
I'm pretty sure I gave you Planet of
I'm going to investigate. Hold on.
Gio's our investigator.
the
He's our Jessica Jones.
You're going to have to dig real far back.
Yeah. How are you going to do that? You're going to have to scroll back like a year and a half for that.
Let's see.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so we talked about Steamboat Willie or whoever we were talking about.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Dare you, sir?
Yeah, Sonic don't take that shit serious, man.
I mean, just check out like this rendering. I don't know if everybody can see it on my phone of what Sonic is supposed to look like, and then the atrocity that is the live action.
Oh,
version. It just looks like dumpster fire.
But there are some genuinely good fan edits of it where I'm like, wow, that looks really good. Like they had went that option. It looks.
He looks scary.
There's some fan edits where it looks different enough where it could fit into the universe they want to do, but it also looks like the character enough.
Wow,
and that's how bad the design is that random people on the internet are making better designs already.
He looks like a rabid raccoon there.
Yeah. Yeah, you would kill this if you found it in your backyard.
Yeah, no question. I wouldn't even fry it up and eat it. I would just dump it in the garbage. That thing's awful. Oh, here's some breaking news. Hey guys, Avengers Endgame just reached #2 all-time in box office movie. They're at $2.18 billion.
Woohoo! Congrats.
That's
so
amazing.
what are they now? Like 700 million away from topping
James Cameron,
the Blue Cat movie,
the Blue
Avatar?
Cat movie.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be close. It's this weekend is going to be interesting because this weekend you get Detective Pikachu, and that's going to really.
Okay, so Endgame is officially the second highest grossing film of all time. It beat Titanic
in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
Finally.
Yeah, it took Titanic like 5 months to make that much money because that was back in the day when movies stayed in theaters forever and ever and ever.
Whoa, Jesse, say what with a mind like a mousetrap. I think you guys are talking about Matt Reeves' Batman when Luis gave Jess the codes. Holy smoke. How do you remember that? I don't even remember talking about Matt Reeves' Batman. I don't even remember talking about Matt Reeves.
I don't remember us talking about Batman.
No. Matt Reeves' Batman.
The earliest Planet of the Apes conversation is April of 2017 on our chat.
Can you search that?
Yeah, you have to log into the Messenger on Facebook, and you can search the conversation. You type a keyword, and it pulls up all the times we've mentioned Planet of the Apes.
That is funny. Well, pull up the codes, and I'll make sure I download them.
Those codes are probably expired now.
Probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting this weekend because Detective Pikachu is gonna come out, and that's gonna make a lot of money. That's gonna be very, very well.
The projections for that though are pretty low right now. I think they went back and lowered their projections.
I think it's like 75 million for the.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like I think 90 was what they said first.
I think 75 million for the U.S., but we'll see what happens.
I think they're really downplaying that because I don't think I think they're underappreciating how much nostalgia there is there for Pokemon from like people who are like my age, slightly younger, and back. Like there's a huge fan rally for anything Pokemon. I mean, look what happened when Pokemon Go first came out. It crashed the world for a little bit.
Pokemon what?
The Pokemon Go, the phone app where you walk around and catch Pokemon.
Even I played that for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're really underestimating what's going to happen with Pikachu, or with Detective Pikachu. I think there's going to be a lot of theaters that are just going to get caught off guard, and they're going to just get dumped. There's going to be just packed theaters this week. So be careful.
That game was the closest we'll ever be to world peace. Just say. Because everybody and the grandmother was playing it, and we were all together catching monsters.
It was
then
fun. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
Well, it's even like when that Dragon Ball Z Brawling movie that came out a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like every screening I've ever heard of, like even like Luis said, and anybody who ever went to a screening of it, said that every screening was packed out. Like people just didn't realize that there's such a fan base for some of this stuff.
I almost got into a fight at that screen.
Yeah, man, you're gonna get all Super Saiyan on someone's ass.
No, somebody took my seats. They were reserved seats, and somebody took my seats.
So what'd you do? Did you just call the manager?
No, I told him to get the fuck out of my seat.
Straight up boss.
And they had the audacity to look at me evilly. I was like, no, motherfucker, these are my seats. I have my ticket number. Get the fuck out of my seat.
Nice.
Really nice.
Yeah, I don't know where they went.
Did you take a handful of his popcorn as like a tax?
Huh?
Did you take a handful of his popcorn out of his bucket as a tax?
I should have.
So that's why I go to Alamo. There's nothing but peace and love at Alamo. And really good food.
So, I mean, I think Endgame will drop off. I think Endgame's going to be...
What if it makes $1 billion again?
It's not.
All right. The difference between Avatar and Endgame is almost $600 million. So Endgame needs to make $600 million for it to become the king of box office, whatever.
You want to know what movie I think is actually going to really knock off Endgame? I originally thought it would be Detective Pikachu, but now I don't know because of early projections. It's going to be Godzilla.
No.
Because Godzilla's going to be far enough away. It's at the end of May, and a lot of people are excited to see that new Godzilla. It looks really good.
My movie buddy doesn't want to see it. I'm bitter.
Really
Just go by yourself.
Nah, I don't go to movies by myself. That's too sad and lonely.
This week we have.
I like going to movies by myself. Shut up.
Then next week
it's fine for you. I'm just saying for me.
So this week we have Detective Pikachu. Next week it's John Wick 3, and then Godzilla. So Godzilla is going to be the one that is probably going to knock it down a peg.
I'm not sure about John Wick 3. I want to see it. I love the first John Wick movie. The second one was pretty lackluster to me.
I love the second one.
I still need to see the first two.
I need to see the second one. I haven't seen the second one. I said 6
Damn it, Jess,
million.
you need to stop reading comics and go watch some of these movies we're talking about.
You know what? That is all I do in my free time is read comics. I don't watch anything. I read. That's all I do.
You're going to have to alternate. One free time for this and another free time for another thing.
You can do both at the same time.
That's what I do. Or both. Just watch a movie with a book.
I'm not a millennial. I can't do that. I don't know how millennials do that.
You could read a comic, watch a movie, and be at your phone all about the same time.
I don't know how you guys do that. I can't do that.
I can't do that either.
Okay, so our next topic, let's see. We did have, besides the big, long topic, let's try and, I don't know, do we want to tackle that big, long topic? Or I know. Absolute New Frontier is being re-released. That's awesome. It's got new material, which I believe is the extra material included in the deluxe version of New Frontier. So that is good news for everybody out there who doesn't have Absolute New Frontier. I'm not giving you the option. You must go out and buy Absolute New Frontier. This is not an option. It is mandatory. You must own Darwin Cook's magnum opus, New Frontier. Simply one of the best superhero comics, one of the best comics, one of the best pieces of comic literature ever to be done. So good that I even watched the movie made of it, and I never watched those kind of things, and it was awesome. It is amazing. New Frontier absolute, out of print, highly priced on eBay and Amazon, you get the chance to go out and now own it for whatever price IST has it for, probably 50% off. I don't know. At the worst, 42% off, which is certainly better than the $300 or $250 that eBay has it at. So there. That's my soapbox rant. Buy it.
That's a
That
must
book has
own.
died on eBay. It's so inexpensive right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You said it's going to have the new material in the new.
Well, I
version?
believe it's going to have the one shot that is in the deluxe edition. I'm looking at the deluxe edition now for some reason, like I can see the extra material in it, which I can't. I'm just looking at the book. But I believe it will have the extra story that's in the deluxe. That's my belief. And maybe some other extras. I don't know. But it's a damn good book.
I'll wait until we actually see if it happens or not before I think about selling my my current copy.
Oh, I don't think this thing will be canceled. Anything they announce at this time, I think, is definitely going through. That's just my belief.
I hope so.
Okay. No, I don't think they're, Mr. Awesome, I don't think they're going to cancel it. I think that anything they announce now, I think they finally got everything together and they're going to now release stuff that they're not going to cancel. I think they've kind of rejiggered everything, figured it out, and now they're going to put stuff out. Now they're not going to cancel.
I would certainly hope so.
Yes, I agree with you on that one.
Because there was a while there where it was kind of shaky.
Well, yeah, you're right. 100% right.
Who's a fan of Ratcatcher?
What is Ratcatcher?
I don't know, but his books are apparently shooting up in price now.
All right. Ratcatcher, he's a Batman villain. He debuted in Detective Comics 585, and apparently they're going to gender switch the character for the Suicide Squad movie. So it's going to be a lady Ratcatcher. But regardless, people are already selling the comic book on eBay for like $30 or something. I don't know.
Ratcatcher.
How dare
Yeah.
those damn social justice warriors change a character that I've never heard of until this afternoon?
I've been reading Batman since I was 5, and I've never heard of Ratcatcher.
I'm hoping we get.
Ratcatcher.
I just want Condiment King. That's all. Give me Condiment King. You know,
Condiment King.
like cameo, Batman whoops his ass in the first 5 seconds. I just want him in one movie, and I'd be happy. Or Kite Man.
Condiment King. Kite Man, Tom King used well.
Kite Man is the best thing that's come out of that run from Tom King's Batman.
I agree. He was just amazing how they used him.
Ratcatcher. I don't know if you can see him, Jess.
Okay, hold it right. Wait, let me highlight you just a sec.
Yeah.
Okay, hold it right there.
Uh-huh.
Ratcatcher.
Otis something. I forgot his last name.
Otis Elevator? Ratcatcher. Wow.
Yeah.
I must have missed that issue.
And predictably so, people were bitching online because they switched the gender of the character.
Otis Flanagan.
Otis Flanagan.
Is a villain from the Batman series. He started out as an actual rat catcher, but he soon found out he had the ability to control the rats. So he controls rats.
So he's Willard.
Yeah. It's like a cheaper version of Ant-Man.
Jiminy crickets.
Or a more disgusting version of Ant-Man.
One thing we should mention is that we lost Chewbacca.
Oh,
yeah.
Peter Mayhew?
Peter Mayhew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did lose Chewbacca. The original Chewbacca from my teenage years through young adult, and you guys weren't even born yet.
I'll just digitally insert him in the next movie.
Thank you, Johnny Rando, for picking up on my joke. I appreciate that. Yeah, Peter Mayhew was a great Chewbacca. And they asked him to always do Chewbacca's roar, and he said, I can't. It was a grizzly bear.
He was generally known like this as a gentle giant. He's all the news I've read about him, like he was genuinely a sweet guy to everybody he met.
Yeah.
So it's really sad.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to delve into this controversial topic that we knew nothing about an hour ago, and now we're just going to report on with do we even want to report on it?
I don't even know what the topic is.
I don't know.
You don't need to know what the topic is. I'm just going to read the article as a controversial comic, and we're just going to comment on it.
Oh God.
All right.
Do you want me to do it, or should I just ignore it?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Okay. Okay. This comes with the caveat that none of us have read the said article. I'm sorry. I've read the article. None of us have read the said issue. And we're not 100% clear on the controversy, but it's apparently a big controversy on the internet. So much so that the writer had to apologize.
Oh God.
So we are just presenting it without necessarily having an opinion either way. But we're putting it out there because it's news and it seems to be a big deal. And we're not even sure how to pronounce the character's name. But Omar was upset because she died in XMen. Marvel's, okay, this is from, it's titled, The X-Men's Latest Death Highlights Why Marvel's Mutant Metaphor Can't Be a Substitute for Representation. Okay, so strap in.
Oh, this is starting off good.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Marvel's Uncanny X-Men 17 from writer Matthew Rosenberg is meant to be an issue about the kinds of evil and hatred the X-Men have sworn to protect their fellow mutants from. Instead, it's actually an example of how using mutants as a metaphor for persecuted minorities fails when the groups the mutants are meant to be standing in for don't really exist in the comics. Despite everything they've been through over the past few months, including Cyclops and Wolverine's return from the dead, Cyclops was dead? I didn't pick up on that.
He was dead for a while, like right after AVX or something, right?
Oh, yeah,
or,
yeah,
Death
yeah,
of
yeah.
X. Death of
Okay,
X,
that's
yeah.
right. The spread of a vaccine that eradicates the X gene, the X-Men to face blah, blah, blah. The handful of mutant heroes left standing all come together in X-Men 17 to mourn one of their own. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Rayne Sinclair, Ronnie Sinclair. I think she's Scottish. One of the original New Mutants was murdered in Uncanny X-Men 16, and emotions run raw as the X-Men gather for her funeral. Given the existential threats facing all of mutant kind, a death scene has the potential to really hammer home the stakes the X-Men are up against. But the circumstances of Rayne's murder undercut that potential and instead draw attention to the concerning way that the violent deaths of women have become the centerpieces of Uncanny X-Men's story. While the bulk of the X-Men pay their respect at Rayne's funeral and reflect on the relationships they had with her, Logan and her recently returned Quanon go off in search of revenge after Jamie Madrox tips them off that the police don't plan on arresting Rayne's murderers. It isn't hard for Logan and Quanon to find the group of young men who killed Rayne, but what is difficult to deal with is how the comic depicts Rayne's death. Though Quanon's reluctant to show Logan, he insists she use her power of mental projection to tap into the four men's minds and replay the night when the group crossed paths with Rayne. After she rebuffed one of their advances and revealed herself to be a mutant, the men attacked her. Though the comic doesn't explicitly frame the scene as a moment of transphobic violence, it's almost impossible not to read it that way given the language and imagery it deploys. At first, Rayne's attackers tease their friend for being attracted to a mutant, but their attention quickly turns deadly as they accuse Rayne of trying to trap and trick them, a bunch of normal guys, into believing that she's a normal girl.
I see where this is going now. Okay.
Yeah, these are the kinds of things that have been said as actual trans women have been brutally attacked by, almost always, men in a variety of circumstances, and Rosenberg obviously knows his script invokes that fact. But as Reed Puck accurately points out over at Comics Beat, the way the scene ends highlights the misguidedness of the entire endeavor. Logan forcing the bigot murderers to say Rayne's name doesn't amount to much more than a ham-fisted attempt at conflating anti-trans violence and the violence Black women experience at the hands of police in order to present a singular, convenient metaphor. Rayne's the latest woman to die so that a male character has here's the point. Rayne's the latest woman to die so that a male character has the motivation to go out and keep living, but the inherent queer-codedness of her death also underlines the fact that actual trans characters are largely missing from the Marvel Comics landscape. The lack of proper trans representation, read people who identify as trans, is a problem in and of itself, but especially so in this instance, because in her moment of death, we are meant to read Rayne as subtextually trans, not necessarily in terms of her self-expressed identity, but in what kind of person she's meant to represent within the story. The nature of Rayne's metamorphic powers lend themselves to this kind of queer reading as well, but in this issue specifically, Rayne's potential to be seen as trans is used to explain why she died. Before this issue, Rayne had come to the decision that she was ready to leave the superhero life behind and attempt living a regular life among baseline humans. For that decision to immediately be followed up with a sudden and entirely unnecessary death is questionable on its face, but because of all the attempted metaphors, Uncanny X-Men's failings are more than the sum of his parts. Rosenberg, for his part, has responded to criticism of the issue in good faith and recently took to his Twitter account to express his apologies to readers. Matthew Rosenberg, I just want to say that I'm listening to all the criticism and taking it in. I want to let other voices lead the conversation here. With that said, I do want to apologize to people hurt by our story. That was never, ever our intention. Also, if you've been reading our book and enjoying it or disliking it, I'd urge you to consider making a donation to Trans Lifeline and help support the vital work they do. It's been said before, and it's worth, article's almost over. It's been said before, and it's worth repeating now. These are the kinds of things that happen when marginalized groups aren't represented in media on both sides of production. If you've actually got trans characters to work with, they're right there and ready to be part of the stories about trans people. If trans writers are given the chance to tell these stories, they can craft them in ways that meaningfully reflect the experiences of trans people. Without either, Marvel and others will continue to miss huge opportunities to get these stories right. End of story. End of article.
So, okay, to sum it up, the character Rayne was killed, right? And the assumption is she was killed because, and the implication is that the subtext is it's about trans people.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, what happens is in the book, I remember flipping through it real quick.
I'm trying to work this out too for myself. Hold on.
Okay.
Because Jess read a lot.
Yeah,
and
I did.
I have the attention span of a wrote it. So, and people are offended because the X-Men have a history of killing off female characters so that male characters can get revenge. Is that about right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Comics in general. Yeah.
I just wanted to get that straight before I say whatever bullshit is going to come out of my mouth in the next few minutes. All right, proceed. Sorry.
Yeah, no, because like I said, I flipped through the book. I read the death scene, or the part where they tapped into the guy's minds and they figured out what happened. The group of guys, well, one of them was hitting on Rayne, like, you know, making passes at her and whatnot. And then they find out she's a mutant. And then that's when I think this might be a stretch, that this is meant to be any kind of parallel to the transgender community. But yeah, so they're making passes at her. They find out she's a mutant, and then they're trying to say that you tricked us into thinking that you were a normal girl, when really you're a gross, disgusting mutant. And then apparently they hate killer. They hate crime and they kill her. So I don't think, and again, as Jess said, like we haven't really read the issues. We really don't have any connections to what's really going on. But I really don't think that trans murder that they're referring to was the actual meaningful subtext of Matthew Rosenberg's story. I think it's kind of a stretch. I think if people are just, again.
Well, let's take it that she was a woman then that got fridged again, that for a male to take revenge on her. That they say that they trapped her. Her killers said they trapped her. That they trapped them. They felt trapped by her because of her mutantness. I'm not clear on the trans issue, so I'm not qualified to speak on it, but I will say that she was a woman, and it to me it seems like that part of the article holds up because she was killed in order for Wolverine to take revenge. Another woman was killed in order for a man to take revenge in her name.
Somebody's popping really bad.
Yeah, I think, Gabe, you're popping really bad. Are you moving around?
I think his signal went out.
I think it's probably just cut out. Yeah.
Or Morse code.
Gabe, if you can hear me, at least mute your mic for a second.
Okay, I muted him.
Damn it.
Wait, can you talk, Gabe? I thought I muted you.
I don't know what happened. Was I unplugged? I think maybe my headphones came unplugged on my phone.
Oh, okay. What the heck? I thought I muted you.
Anything that I say come through. Did I make any sense whatsoever just now?
Now you're making sense.
Oh, so that whole time I was talking, like nothing came out? Damn it.
No, you made sense. You made sense. And then you made a bunch of popping noises. And I was talking.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine. And now you're not popping.
But, look, without having read the issue, whatever. At this point, I'm so far beyond the every single week we have a new fucking controversy in comics or in media or whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. Okay.
I just thought it was an interesting controversy that
people
jumped on.
It's become a point where people just want to jump on something to bitch about it and to moan about it and to complain about something, and I'm so past that point. I'm just whatever. I don't really care anymore. Like if next week it's gonna be that Logan is eating a steak and then vegans are gonna get offended by it or some shit, like I'm over it. I really am, and I guess I get why, without having read the issue, I guess I get why some people are mad. But let the writers tell their damn story. Let them tell their story.
Well, but Rosenberg also is apologizing, so he realizes he feels like he crossed a line.
Well, and that's also part of it too, where I really want one writer to come out and say, no, I'm not apologizing. This is the story I want to tell. Get over it and read the next issue and see where the story goes. It's the same thing when every little bit of controversy stirs up. Every writer these days has the need to apologize or go online and say, no, can you imagine if Killing Joke came out today? The uproar that people would have if a story like Killing Joke came out today. They wouldn't publish it. DC would pull it off the stands.
Okay, Freddie Alonso is saying, in case anyone is missing, trap is a term used for trans women that pass as cisgendered. The X-Men started as a standee for racial bias. So that's where apparently trap came from in the issue. I'm not disagreeing with you, Luis. I'm just saying that is where apparently the the trans thing came from because of the trap term.
Because they use the word trap?
Because apparently transgender people, guys that hit on them when they find out they're trans, feel they've gotten trapped.
And the thing is, this type of controversy and this type of backlash versus writers trying to tell stories and stuff. This is why we have Comicsgate. This is why we have the other extreme side of it. When people get so easily offended with this, then you have the other side who they're like, no, just let them. And I'm not pro Comicsgate in any way because I think a bunch of them are assholes. But this is the reason why we have that other extreme side, because you push people too much, say, no, you shouldn't read this or you shouldn't write this story this way. You're going to get the other side that's like, what? No, don't tell somebody how they should write their story.
I have a feeling that Matthew Rosenberg, it's nice that he apologized, but I don't think he's apologizing for the story. He's not saying, I'm sorry I wrote this story. I think the way I took it was he's apologizing that people took it away and got offended by it and were hurt by it. And I don't think that I don't know Matthew Rosenberg. I met him. He did a signing at the store. He's a sweet enough, nice guy that I don't think that he's trying to spark any kind of controversy. I think this is, again, just being trumped up for clicks and for anybody to have a feeling of being offended and just taking it further than it needs to be. I don't think, I'm really, like I said, I flipped through the book. I read that quick part. I'm out of the loop. I don't know.
We haven't read the issue. That's one of the things is we haven't read the issue. We're not trans people. We're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know. I'm out of the loop with the current, verbiage that is used as might be like the word trap as being like an anti-transgender term. I just learned that right now. I was today years old when I found out that was a negative term. I just took it as just trap being just trap when I read it. I don't have that verbiage that trap meant, it was, a slur or anything like that. And maybe Matthew Rosenberg's the same way. Maybe it's just, that's just a trigger word that's in there, and it's just it's a normal everyday word. And I just don't think, again, that this was something that was meant to be a trans member or a transgender movement or a transgender attack or a transgender bias or anything at all. It's nice that there's a discussion about it and all, but I don't think the idea that you need to have a transgender character in a book to be able to use transgender verbiage is a real thing, because then that's when you get into a lot of sketchy territory of we're just making characters to make a transgender character, or you might even have to just change the gender of one person because they're transgender, and then it becomes a whole other crazy ordeal. So again, I'm there with Luis. I think people are just finding something to be upset about.
I think this is an unfolding controversy, and I think we will learn more about it, as Kristan just noted in the chat, that it can be a matter of life or death for them. It's possible that Matthew Rosenberg unintentionally wrote trap in there, and that's a trigger word for trans people, and that he's learning a lesson. We don't know. I think the more information that comes out, the more we'll learn. This is not an issue that's going to go away. I think, the more we learn, the more Matthew Rosenberg learns, the more the public learns. We'll get educated on it. I think there's more to this. I'm guessing that it was unintentional on his part, and that's just my guess. As I said, none of us have read the issue. But I think that it's going to be an educational focal point for us because of the trap word. I think I hate to use this word. I don't even want to say it. a teachable moment. But I think it's going. I believe that. I think it's a real issue, but I think it was unintentionally used because while I think Rayne had an attraction to another woman in the X-Men, I don't know that she was actually trans. As far as I can, it's, I don't know. It's a hard thing for me to say because I don't know what the intention was. And I don't know that I'm going to find out what the intention was until I hear more from Matthew Rosenberg.
I think I don't think we're going to learn anything from this because I think it'll just die off in a couple of days and no one's ever going to think back about this again.
Oh, yeah, this will die.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This will die off in a few days, and then people will find something else to get offended in a few days. That is our current outrage culture, where I am mad, I'm going to tweet about it, and I'm going to tell you why I'm mad, and I have nothing else to do. And in a few days, I'll move on to the next thing that pisses me off and offends me.
I think that thing's going to hang around for a little bit.
That's
just my opinion.
With the X-Men, they've never hidden. There's never really been metaphors with the X-Men. It's never been like subtextual. It's never been, a secret of their intentions on anything when it comes down to it being a minority or representation of minorities, representation of gays, racial issues, or anything like that with the X-Men. They've always kind of worn that kind of badge on their sleeve. It's always been out in the open. And I think that would be the same way if they ever really did intentionally need to do any kind of transgender movement or transgender storyline. I don't think they'll just subtextual use it by using the word trap unintentionally the incorrect way or the correct way, and other people taking it as a different meaning. I think if there was ever anything to do with the X-Men to do anything of another minority type movement, it would be in your face. It would obviously be a transgender thing. I don't think it would be a subtextual hidden secret like this was. The way this is coming off as.
No. It won't be a hidden. I firmly believe that when they do, because it's only a matter of time, when they do have like a full-on transgender character, they will make it very clear. Look, this character is trans. 100%.
Or this story is about transgender movement, or this story is about something that 100% pointed in the transgender movement. I don't think they need to be subtextualized on anything like that. Again, like I said, the legacy virus was obviously AIDS, and was a metaphor and was a spearhead movement for the AIDS epidemic that we were having at that time. And that's everything else like that to do with the X-Men's always been in your face. It's always been racial minorities. It's always been the gay community. It's always been these metaphors. Have never really been metaphors. They've always been in your face, and it comes down to the X-Men, and that's one of the important aspects of the X-Men title.
Okay, you guys think it'll pass? I think it's going to hang on a little bit. How about you, Gio? You've been pretty quiet here.
Yeah, I stayed quiet because I'm not big into the X-Men thing, so I don't really know the character's intention and all that stuff, and I haven't read any of those issues, so I don't really know. But I do think it will stay, it will linger for a little bit, simply because it is a hot button issue. And when more, as you've all said, the X-Men, they're all about social topics and how they proceed from there and all that stuff, whether it be fighting against discrimination, et cetera, et cetera. My question is, was the character not allowed to fight back in any sort of way? Because I would think a character like Wolfsbane would be strong enough to combat whatever was happening. So I haven't read any of that stuff, so I can't properly speculate or talk about it. I don't know. I just think that people will want to keep the conversation going for a little bit while longer.
My real issue with it isn't the trans thing. It's that the woman being killed so that the man can have revenge. It's another fridging thing.
I get that.
That's what I have the issue with.
Yeah.
I understand that. I totally get that.
Yeah. That's my thing. Another woman sacrificed so Wolverine can go out and have revenge on her. So
that's been with comics forever, though, and it hasn't
and that
always
needs
been
to
women
change.
either.
That's a trope that has to change.
And that's been a thing with comics forever, and that's not exactly a good trope either.
It's never been about. It's not always been women either.
No, it hasn't. I'm not saying it has, but I do see where Jess is coming with this.
Yeah.
That's just a story trope in general. It's not just comics. It's just a story trope in general.
Well, no, that's true.
You see that in movies and books and everything
novels.
to do.
Yeah, sure. Women are always getting killed in crime fiction.
But there's always a character who gets killed to give another character meaning. I mean, again, with comics, Uncle Ben is the easiest example I can come up with. Outside of, again, the Green Lantern storyline and, Kyle Rayner's girlfriend, which, coined the term fridge. But it's always been like that with movies and everything like that.
Well, I think it's time for it to stop in comics. I don't have any knowledge of anything else as far as this show is concerned but comics. So
my general fear with all this is, and this actually extends outside of comics, is the fact that writers are now afraid to tell their stories or write their books because of the backlash that they are going to get online. And actually, Joe Rogan and Chuck Palahniuk, who is one of my favorite writers, he did Fight Club, he's done a few books. They actually discussed this like a year ago, where you have editors and writers now who they are genuinely afraid to write something that they want to write because they are afraid of the backlash inside of from online, from the media and stuff like that. And I hate that. I really do hate that, because when you have books such as Huckleberry Finn and stuff like that being pulled from the libraries because of the N-word, and you have people that know we shouldn't address these topics, or we shouldn't use accurate historical context and stories and stuff like that, that scares me for the future. That, because I am a person that I think that you should be able to write what you want to write. You're going to deal with, God bless you, write whatever you want to write, and there might be consequences in what you want to write. It might not always be good, might not always be bad, but you do have that freedom to do it.
Right. Okay.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay, that's fair. And again,
I'll tell you this: I now want to go back and read the X-Men, kind of get some.
Yeah. Again, we haven't read the issue. We're just giving our general opinion on the article, and what I definitely can speak on the fridging part of it, because I know enough about it to talk about that. I do not know enough about it to talk about the trans part of it.
We need to get the two X-Men nerds on this topic.
What's that?
We need to get the two X-Men nerds on our group on this topic.
Well, I don't think either of them have read the book. Oh, well, Omar had read it because he was upset that Rayne was killed.
Yeah.
Oh, if he's on tomorrow, we can ask him a little bit about it.
He just said something. People are upset because of some trans issue. He didn't even know. So I don't know how much help they're going to be. We know more now than they do. Ryley hadn't read the issue yet, and Omar was just like, I'm just upset that Rayne was killed.
She'll be back.
Yeah, give it a year.
You can see him saying that exact same thing in that tone.
Now, that's a trope that we need to stop in comics, is bringing people back from the dead.
At this point, they'll have her funeral, and then everybody will just walk away and go, so 1 year? She'll be back in a year. Like, no, it doesn't stick anymore. Death has no meaning in comics anymore.
Was she a popular enough a character to bring back?
Not until this week.
Yeah, I don't think Rayne has been that interesting since she was in X Factor.
Most people didn't know who the fuck Rayne was until this past week.
Yeah. Well, Rayne hasn't been interesting. Last time I remember Rayne having any really cool storylines was back in X-Force, when she was on the Kill Squad X-Force, and they kept using, because she was a super religious character, like really, really super Catholic, and the that mutant hate group from that X-Force line was using religious, like quote unquote brainwashing, whatever you want to call it, to make her turn her back on the X-Men and attack the X-Men again. So that's the last time I remember being like, oh yeah, Rayne is interesting. And now she's dead and she still isn't interesting. Oh no. And then no, I don't want to get into spoilers about that. But yeah, there was this crazy messed up scene that she had when she was on X Factor. When there was the private investigator X Factor stuff. And it was just another storyline where obviously Peter David just hates babies. I'll tell you guys maybe offline or something. Omar and Ryley would know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Peter David hates babies.
Okay.
Hashtag Peter David hates babies.
Okay. Peter David just caught a hashtag.
Yeah.
Okay, well that took up a solid 25 minutes.
Woo.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about that we have no knowledge of?
Also, people are buying the Polka Dot Man comic on eBay. I forgot to mention that.
Enlighten me. Who the hell is Polka Dot Man?
He's another DC villain that's going to show up in the Suicide Squad movie.
How do I not know who Polka Dot Man is?
He dresses up in a polka dot suit, and David Dastmalkian, he's going to play the character. Yeah, let me check on my phone.
He's going to be in Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
And what's he selling for on eBay? Polka Dot Man.
Oh, God.
They're really going for it. Why isn't Condiment King in the movie?
I want him so bad in the movie. I don't care what capacity. I just.
Oh wait, let me.
That's Polka Dot Man.
Oh, he's from my era.
Yep. He's gonna be one of the Suicide Squad members.
This is shaping up to be such a James Gunn movie. I can't wait.
Oh my God, James Gunn is just gonna make them awesome. Polka Dot Man. Wait, and who was the other guy?
Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher and Polka Dot Man.
He's going deep cut with these.
Boy,
guys.
he sure is.
I think the issue sold for like $50-something on eBay. I'm not. Let me check.
Well,
before we go.
Really influenced by the Ostrander run too.
Just
the only
for the
polka dot
record,
character I like is the Spot. Fuck polka
for
dot.
the record, I am not going to go on eBay and buy the first appearance of Polka Dot Man or Ratcatcher.
I mean, what if they're a hit? What if people like them? And then, $500 issues right there.
I can't wait to get that Ratcatcher the action figure in about a year.
All right. An issue of Detective Comics 300 sold for $55, which is the first appearance of Polka Dot Man.
Detective 300. Detective 300. What does it say? What year that was published, Gio?
Let me check.
Is that Bill Sienkiewicz cover?
Because that looked like it was solidly Silver Age.
1962.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's probably a book I had, and I don't even remember him.
Yeah, Polka Dot Man. That has to be Silver Age nonsense.
Yeah, it was 62. That's what that art looked like. Oh boy. Well, it's James Gunn, so it's going to make it. He's going to make it interesting.
I bet he's going to do the same thing he did with Guardians. Take unknown characters and make you love them.
Yeah.
I can't wait for people to say that Ratcatcher is their favorite character of all time.
At first, I thought Ratcatcher was from Hitman. That sounds like a Hitman character.
Yeah, like Dog Welder.
Yeah.
I love Dog Welder.
I love Dog Welder too. That's why I thought for sure it was a Hitman character.
Wasn't there an issue like a year or two ago where like it paused and Dog Welder's just looking at the dog and then it cuts and you just see him on the grill or something like that, like welding a dog? I forgot what it was. It was a few years ago. Ennis was doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's going to bother me. Somebody in the chat will probably know.
What was it again?
It was an issue a few years ago, and I can't remember what it was. It was where it was a spotlight on Dog Welder. Ennis wrote it, and it just the timing of it was perfect comedically, and it cuts, and all of a sudden you just see Dog Welder just welding something like a dog or something like that. I forgot the name of it. It bothers me so much.
Was it Section 8?
I don't remember.
I think it was Section 8 because that was the last time I seen any of those characters around.
Section 8 featured Dog Welder prominently.
It probably was. Oh my god! Imagine if we get Dog Welder on Suicide Squad.
Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I gotta get to the airport. I'm going home today.
All right, dude. We're getting close to wrapping up anyway. Thanks. Where can they find you?
You can find me in Santa Ana, California, at the LAX airport in about. But on the internet, you can find me. On the internet, you can find me Gabe Infinity Watch on Instagram, and I'm on the Facebook group for the Omnibus Collectors. And I'll see everybody later.
All right, thanks, Gabe.
Yeah, I hope my plane doesn't crash.
I guess.
Jeez.
Oh my god. Peace.
Don't fly on a 737.
Do we have anything else we wanted to talk about? We certainly ginned up some chat.
Well, apparently, speaking of Suicide Squad, King Shark, Peacemaker are also going to be in the movie.
Yes, thank you so much. I hope John Cena is King Shark.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
John Cena's in there.
Ratcatcher, Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, King Shark. We also have
What a
Polka Dot Man.
Harley supposed to be cameoing. Starring. Flag's gonna come back. Amanda Waller's gonna come back, and whoever's gonna play the lead. I don't know who's gonna be the lead in this. It's probably Idris Elba.
Probably. Yeah, I would bank on Idris. I hope he's Bronze Tiger.
Oh man, I want to see Bronze Tiger. It's badass.
Cool.
Is Harley only camoing?
Cameoing?
Camoing.
I don't know. We don't know yet. Apparently, she wasn't going to be in it, but then now I'm reading that she is going to be in it, but I don't know.
Well, they're doing. What are they doing right now? Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
That finished filming a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it did. That is a first day screening for me.
The premise of Birds of Prey sounds like the coolest comic book ever. I love it.
What is the premise?
Let me read it because I don't know it by heart. Since the events of the Suicide Squad movie, Batman has disappeared, leaving Gotham City unprotected from crime, and Harley Quinn has left the Joker. When Cassandra Cain, a young girl, comes across a diamond belonging to crime lord Black Mask, Harley joins forces with Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya to help protect her.
Ooh.
It sounds cool.
Yeah. I really want to see Black Mask. He's one of my favorite bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want to see him too. That looks really cool. That sounds really cool, man.
Beto Rios. Yeah, I saw that Mono was touring. I want to see him too. I'm not sure that that's something my wife wants to see.
Mono?
Yeah, they're a really great instrumental group from Japan, I think, and Beto is instrumental in turning me on to them. They're awesome ambient music. I'm not sure my wife would want to see them, but they're really amazing. Good to see you in the chat, Beto. As a matter of fact, I accidentally double dipped on a Mono album and gave Beto a good deal on it and sent it to him. I don't only double dip on comics, I do it on albums.
Huh.
And when I double dip on comics, I do it on InStockTrades.com.
Nice.
Where you can get your double dips up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. currently they're having a May the 4th Be With You sale that is 3% off on all comics. That does not stack with your 2% loyalty discount. But every quarter there's an Omniboslive discount code. Over $50 in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Nice.
Good stuff. Jess,
You bet. Yes?
I can finally reveal that I was Thor's body double in Endgame.
I would buy a Fat Thor pop.
I'm so disappointed in the pops they're coming out with.
I know. I like the Big Lebowski type pop they have him as, but I want him as the video game playing, beer drinking pop.
Oh my god, I'm so disappointed in that.
Yeah, I want an action figure like that. Big bloated Thor.
I love the fact that for the day that Endgame, after I saw it, I posted up a funny cartoon picture. It was Fat Thor, and everybody probably thought it was the Big Lebowski. And slowly throughout the week, I kept getting comments and likes saying, "Is that who I think it is?" And I said, "Yes, it is." I was like, "You just saw Endgame."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that dude is my spirit animal.
Oh my gosh. What a movie.
Yeah, it was okay.
Oh, shut up. God. A radioactive spider bites a guy and gives him powers, and you have problems with time travel. Come on.
No. I enjoyed it. I really loved it. I still like Winter Soldier more.
Well, that's cool. That's an awesome movie.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is great. Gio, where do you fall? Winter Soldier still? I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, for sure. Winter Soldier, and I would place Endgame at number 2. Solid number 2.
And Winter Soldier's your number 1?
Still my favorite Marvel movie today.
I agree with him on that. Yeah, that's probably where it would follow me.
Huh. Gosh, I loved Ragnarok. But I don't know. I think Endgame's my favorite Marvel movie.
That's cool. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, it had everything I ever wanted in a movie. Everything. It hit every right note. So, and I think it pushes right. I don't even know where I voted on those movies. So, but and I still haven't seen Hulk with Ed Norton.
Really?
So, no, I'm going to wait till I subscribe to Disney Plus, and then I'm going to watch it on that.
It's actually not bad.
I remember you said that.
It's pretty good. I liked it. Gio, Dark Knight or Endgame?
I don't choose. Yeah, Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
Same.
Dark Knight. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight.
I think
Yeah, but they're great.
Oh, they're both great movies. I think Dark Knight's script is tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dark Knight. Okay, Dark Knight or Empire Strikes Back?
I love Empire. It's really tough. I'm gonna say
Empire.
I'm gonna say Dark Knight still.
Oh, what? Empire Strikes Back is the greatest movie ever.
You're so good though. Jess, don't make me choose.
I know you got. I know that's like choosing your favorite child.
Empire's in my top 5.
Yeah, Empire's in my top 5 too, all time, easily.
Punisher Warzone. Yes, that movie doesn't get enough love. Punisher Warzone is awesome.
What? That's a movie?
Jess.
Oh, I didn't like it.
Jess.
Punisher Warzone.
Jess. Yes. It's so good.
Well, who's in that?
Nobody.
Everybody.
I didn't like it at all. I hate that movie.
Great movie. There's a point where Punisher punches a hole through a guy's head.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
It's so good.
Is this another one of those Predator movies that nobody likes except you?
No. No. Punisher Warzone has a genuine cult following. Like, there are people that genuinely really love Punisher Warzone. I love Punisher Warzone.
Who played Punisher?
It is far better than Captain Marvel, Jess. You really need to see.
Oh,
it's so much better.
I'm turning your camera off.
It's so much better. It's such a good movie.
How dare you?
No.
You haven't even told me who Punisher is. Who's the Punisher?
Ray Stevens.
Who?
He was on Rome.
You have to do better than that.
He was on Thor too, on the first two Thor movies.
Punisher
He played Volstagg on Thor.
He played who?
Volstagg.
Okay, but you say it's worth the watch, but Gio, you said it's not worth the watch.
I hate that movie so much, but whatever.
It was directed by Lexi Alexander, who was a badass female former MMA fighter, and she did all the combat training with the actors and stuff like that while they were filming it. It is such a fucking good movie. Patton Oswalt, if you get a chance, did a podcast called How Did This Get Made? And he just loves it, and he talks about it. It's hilarious. It's so over the top, and it's so much fucking fun. Lexi Alexander, during the planning of it, said, okay, what do the people like about The Punisher? She mapped it all out, and she said, okay, this is a comic book movie. Let's go just batshit nuts with it as much as we can. There is a point where a guy does a side flip off a building, and he's parkouring, and the Punisher catches him with a rocket launcher, and he blows him up. It is glorious. And you see dreads just falling to the ground. Oh, my God, I love that movie so much.
I genuinely worry about you sometimes.
It is such a fun. Me and Gabe watched it.
I really do worry about you sometimes.
It's so good. It's so much fun. There's a scene where he does a chandelier of death. The opening is a chandelier of death, where he breaks into was it like a gang member meeting? He falls down and he lands on a chandelier by his feet, and he starts spinning on the chandelier, and he starts shooting everybody in the room. It is so much fun. I love that movie.
Watch Planet of the Apes first, though.
Oh boy. You do have me intrigued, but you also have me worried. I don't know. I may have to flip a coin.
Jess, do you trust me with movies?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Now I don't. I mean, I used to. Your Predator one made me really question you, and now this one, I'm just like, what the hell?
If you liked Lady Bird, you will hate this movie.
I never saw Lady Bird.
All right, good for you.
Oh,
Funny enough, me and Gio have the same feeling about Lady Bird, where if it was up to us, we would have thrown her off the bridge halfway through that movie.
Yeah. She was whining. I hated that movie. Whatever.
Go watch Punisher Warzone. That's everybody's homework this weekend. Go watch Punisher Warzone. Just please, please. If you hate the first 10 minutes, Go ahead, shut it off. The first 10 minutes tells you everything you need to know.
Is it on Netflix? Where would I find it?
I think it's on Netflix. Let's see.
It won't be on the Disney streaming app.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Amazon has it. Let's see.
Freddie Alonso, Luis is not lying. He genuinely believes that it is a good movie.
I really do. I love Punisher Warzone.
And this is a guy that loves film. He believes what he's saying. He loves it.
Like, and not ironically, no, I really love Punisher Warzone. It's such an over-the-top, stupid, and fun movie.
What was that movie you kept sending me scenes from that was so bloody, unbelievably bloody?
Oh, it's on Netflix. It's by the same people that did the
strike because of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, it's by the same people. The Raid 2. The director's name is Timo. Oh my gosh. Hold on. The Night Comes for Us, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was so bloody I couldn't even watch it.
Apparently, it's on YouTube.
It's what?
Apparently, Punisher's on YouTube.
YouTube?
And on
Yeah.
Hulu. You have no excuse, Jess.
It's on Hulu?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have Hulu.
Oh.
All right.
Look, if you don't like
that says unavailable.
Hey, if the Death Chandelier doesn't get you, it's fine. You can shut it off.
I don't want to have to go searching for this thing.
Ooh, a guy's head.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. Okay.
Are you sure it's on Hulu? Because Freddie Alonso says scratch that, says unavailable.
I'm looking at it, but let's see if it plays or not. I don't know if it plays.
Punisher has more of a character arc than Carol Danvers had in her own movie. In this,
your whore mouth.
He's more of a fully fledged character than Carol was in her own movie and in Endgame.
Oh my God, you're a horrible person.
I am telling nothing but the truth.
Oh, it's time for this video to end.
Don't. I can't find it. It's not on Hulu.
It's not on Hulu.
There's a title card for it, but it doesn't play. I don't think they have it, or they lost it. I don't know. It's probably for the best.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to give it 15 minutes worth of search, and that's it. I will watch it later this week just so I can either agree with you or make fun of you.
You're probably going to make fun of me.
Oh, Gio, where can they find you on the internet?
Oh my God! And there's
you can.
Jim. I love Looney Bin Jim. Okay, I'm shutting up. All right, I'm watching it. Looney Bin Jim is looking over the top of the
Well, you can find me at A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, manga, movies, and comics, and everything else in between. That's A Week in Geekdom.
And Luis, if anybody after this still wants to find you on the internet, where can they go?
To all three people that I haven't offended or drove away from this channel today, you can find me at Comics God 101 on Facebook and Twitter.
Thank you. And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube and Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram. Thank you to the chat, and please hit the like button. Please subscribe, and we will see you. Please watch Fangirlz tonight. They're going up against. They don't want to go up against. Kristan, are you still in the chat? I don't know. I
think she left.
She probably left.
Are they going to be on?
Oh, they may not be on. I think.
Yeah, they did a show.
Oh, they did a show yesterday. Okay. Okay. So Fangirl's not on tonight. Tomorrow night, watch Omnibros live on Monday night at 8 p.m. And we will see you then. Thank you to everybody for watching us. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Review us on iTunes.
Oh, yeah. iTunes. What's the... Shoot, I meant to ask Gabe. Do we remember what the Android app is?
Podcast Addict or something like that.
Oh, Kristan still is there. We had a show yesterday. Okay, thank you, Kristan. Podcast Addict. Okay, thank you. Because there was something in the Facebook page about that. Okay, peace and love, peace and love. Thank you. Thank you, Kristan. Okay, bye. We love you.